Welcome to Data I/O here at IPC Apex Expo. I'm delighted to be joined by Anthony Ambrose. Good to see you again, Anthony.
Trevor, it's a pleasure as always. How are you?
I'm good. I'm very good, thank you. So let's start off with the latest updates on your equipment. We've got in the background here the PSV 7000.
Right, we're showing our 7000 model, which is our flagship product, and our 3500, which is more of our entry level for customers that are sort of new to volume manufacturing.
Okay.
It's really covering all the ends of the market. And as we heard earlier in the week, we've announced we've taken our orders for our 500th member of the PSV family globally.
Oh, wow.
We're very, very excited about that. The PSV was one of the first things we brought to market after I joined the company.
Yep.
And the whole team effort to get the product out, get it built, and the massive customer acceptance, especially in the automotive industry, has been very, very gratifying for us.
Right.
So 500 is a pretty big milestone. We're very, very proud of it.
It's huge. Congratulations. So, yeah. So you mentioned the EV market there. I mean, that's obviously in recent months it's been a little bit flat, quite frankly.
Yeah, there's been a lot of, hype and then now disappointment.
Right.
It's following the classic Gartner hype curve, if you will. We're in the trough of disillusionment. But what I see happening is, the automotive business is on a long-term upward cycle in terms of consumption of semiconductors.
Right.
McKinsey and others have indicated double-digit growth really over the course of the next decade. Electrification is part of that, but not all of it. It includes infotainment. It includes active safety, advanced driver assist, and in its extreme form, autonomous driving. And so we still see a tremendous growth in automotive programming demand.
Right.
And I also think people that are not taking a global view may get a distorted view, if you will, of the electrification market. Well, what I think is going to happen, we see it in the U.S. with a lot of high-end introduction, if you will, skim pricing. Let's start at the top and let it slowly work its way down, trickle down, if you will, on the pricing. And I think what's happening is it's being led by the Chinese suppliers who are very eager to take a ton of share away from what they see as a Western-dominated market.
True.
And their strategy is with very, very aggressive penetration pricing on very low-priced, low-featured, if you will, electric vehicles.
Yeah.
They're using it as a wedge to get in with market share as opposed to sort of a diffusion strategy at the high end.
Yeah, and that's taking place in China, first of all. There's literally a price war going on over there.
In Shanghai, for example, you'd be hard-pressed to have a car that wasn't electric. You can't get a license for it.
Yeah.
And China's rapidly up. They're approaching 50% penetration.
Right.
And I think it'll level off because in the country, an internal combustion engine still works if you're in the middle of nowhere, not near a charging station.
Right.
But they're going to take that and they're going to export those vehicles. They're going to take all the learning they have from their own market and they're going to go into places like Mexico, Eastern Europe, North Africa, Southeast Asia, where people will be very happy to have a $15,000 or $20,000 car.
Right, exactly.
That works very well.
Exactly. Now, I think they're going to move into, they're starting to move into Europe first. And then I think once they've penetrated Europe, then they'll move over here to the United States.
Yeah, I think the U.S. will be the last place they go, and I wouldn't be surprised to see protectionist barriers magically appear.
Very possibly. But there are also some issues with EVs that need to be worked out as well. There's definitely range anxiety is a problem.
Again, in the U.S., I tell people you got to have horses for courses, right? Tell me what you're doing with your car, and you can decide if an EV or a hybrid or an internal combustion engine is right for you. But from Data I/O standpoint and programming, we've sort of baked in the theory that there's going to be coexistence and there's going to be potentially a major shift in demand. But we sell to everybody. We're in 18 of the top 20 tier ones.
Right.
We're in many of the OEMs themselves at this point because OEMs are increasingly specifying the silicon content in their cars.
Yep.
And when people want trust, they want predictability, they want to know that it's getting done right, they choose Data I/O for their programming.
Right.
We built our company around being a great automotive electronics supplier.
Right.
And that goes with quality mindset, the way we do device support, the way we build products, the way we service products, the way we put spare parts in depots around the world. All those things cost money, but they're all necessary to support the automotive industry.
Absolutely. And you need to, and obviously you've got the tools to deal with the throughput as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And we have scalable throughput from all of our machines. And so, we're going to continue to focus in that area.
Yeah. Now, the companies that seem to be leading the field in the EV market are, Tesla, BYD, XPeng, these sort of companies. But the way I look at these companies is they're really big EMS companies. They're electronics manufacturers. They're not really, in my mind, car companies.
Well, if you define a car the way it's been defined for the last 100 years, you're absolutely correct. It looks a lot more like an EMS or electronics product than it does a car.
Right.
But if you look at some of the new entrants, they're coming in and saying, we think a car is a phone with wheels.
Pretty much.
Bigger battery, has a steering wheel for now.
Yeah.
And, otherwise it's a phone with wheels.
Well, that's right. But where I think there's an issue in the car market generally is a lot of these combustion engine companies trying to make that transition to handle EVs.
It's a question of who's going to win, the people that manage an evolutionary transition or the revolutionaries that come in with no baggage, no legacy cost structure, a completely unencumbered view of how to think about the product. Right, and this will be a great business school case study in 10 or 20 years, however it turns out, because we've seen these before, right? Who wins, the evolutionaries or the revolutionaries?
Correct.
The answer is it depends. But I can tell you the cases where the evolutionary people have won, they move quickly and they move in a way that allows the team with the new technology a lot more unencumbered approach. If they insist on sticking with the way we've always done things, they're going to get run over. No pun intended.
That's right. I mean, you look at the Teslas and that, they've built it from the ground up as an electronic product. If you look at the legacy companies, the combustion engine guys, they're buying modules from different companies and trying to make them work together and having lots of issues there.
We'll see who wins, the evolutionaries or the revolutionaries.
I'll tell you. Yeah, we'll come back and interview you in 5 years maybe.
Wonderful. Trevor, thanks so much. It's a pleasure.
Okay.